So let's go over your options when an appraisal comes in low. We do our best as realtors to pull comps, and we're basically looking at the same kind of information that appraisers are looking at. But there are instances where an appraisal will come in low. So, I mean, we could go into like multiple offer situations, or we just have a seller that wants a larger amount than what we can pull comps for. So this happens. It happens sometimes out of the blue. Sometimes we're like, hey, we give a heads up that we may have issues when it comes to the appraisal. But like I said, sometimes it comes in blindsided. So some things that you can do when you do receive that low appraisal. So basically, the first thing is probably the obvious, that we want to renegotiate the price, right? Which is kind of hard when you're in a multiple offer situation, because you're like, okay, now we're going to renegotiate. Sometimes if that seller is not educated, that they too need to be aware that possibly, it may not come in where it needs to be. If they're not educated, they're not going to take that so lightly. So there's been instances where, you renegotiate, you agree upon the appraised value, which typically is your only option if you don't have money to bring to the table. So you need them to renegotiate and come in at that appraised value. If you do have money to bring to the table, you can negotiate and say, hey, we want to do the appraised price, but then maybe somewhere in the middle, meet in the middle, and have to bring some money to the table. That's happened a lot post-COVID. And then obviously the last one is just, to bite the bullet and pay the difference. There are appraisal waivers and that kind of thing. If you're paying cash, sometimes you don't even get the appraisal, but it can be a deal killer, especially if you're dealing with a for sale by owner that has not been through this process before. So it's definitely a good thing that's another reason why to have that realtor in your back pocket, working for you. Because that's what we do for a living. We deal with these kind of things all the time. And with that experience, we're able to keep deals together. So if you're dealing with a low appraisal, it can be devastating, but also know that you do have some options. And if you have a good realtor negotiating for you in your best interest, we can still keep that deal together. So if this has been helpful for you, again, just make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll bring you good content daily. Talk to you soon.